Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been such a good week. This is my third video this week. I told you there was so much new content coming and I'm just like, it's all starting right now. Honestly, I just wish I could talk for like 10 minutes just telling you how excited I am about all the new. It's not just the volume of content, it's the types of content. I'm just so excited. I've spent so many hours over the last few months really just planning out different video topics, different types of videos, and just really trying to put together a really delightful just catalog of different videos. So for example, I've mentioned the book review series where I'm going to be doing a monthly book review of a sort of regular best-selling book that's not about language learning, but reviewing it from the perspective of language learners. So I've been reading so many books, it's kind of crazy, preparing so I can start releasing those every month. Obviously there's the Chinese series that I'm going to be doing a lot more content for. I have so many different things, I'm so excited. So today is the first video in a new series where I'm going to be just sharing sort of more specific techniques. So these will be pretty short videos where I pick a specific technique or tool or resource that I use personally to be more productive as a language learner, and I'll just share them with you. And I really hope that we'll sort of compile a really nifty list of things. Not all of these will work for everybody, but the point is I'm just sharing lots of things that I personally do so that you can then sort of pick and choose the things that you really resonate with and find helpful. So our first video in this series is about something called the Pomodoro technique. And yes, if you're an Italian speaker or a learner, yes, it's the tomato technique. That's what it's called. Now this technique is actually really simple, but it's been very effective for me. Now I'm gonna show you what I use for it, which is this little super nifty kitchen timer called the time timer. Now you don't have to do this. I am showing you this actually because my friend Nick, who's also my co-founder at Journaly, he saw me using this for my language learning and he thought it was so cool. He actually bought it himself and he's been finding it really helpful. And so he basically was like, you should totally mention this in your video. So I use this. I'll put a link to my Amazon page in the description if you want to support me, but you can totally do this with any kitchen timer that you want. Now, the reason why I like this for the Pomodoro technique is that it's essentially a visual representation of how much time is left in your session. We'll talk about what a session is in just a moment, but it's kind of nifty because a lot of times when you have an analog or a digital interface, you're just seeing a time that's quite abstract and you have to sort of translate that in your head to whatever the current context is. This just gives you a super nifty, simple way to just glance and see, I know exactly how much time is left. But moving on to the actual technique. So it's very simple. What you do is you say, okay, what am I going to study today? I'm going to study French for 30 minutes. You could also start with the activity. So you could say, well, I want to read one chapter of this graded reader in Japanese. And you can also say, okay, I think I need about 40 minutes for that. So either way, you have to just decide how much time do you want to spend on the thing you're doing. Now, the reason why this is really helpful is that I personally find notifications, whether it's my phone, computer, iPad, they drive me insane. And I think they are the most destructive thing to our productivity and our focus. And so what I need to make sure that I really have focused time. When I sit down to study my languages, I want to make sure that that's what I actually do. And so with the Pomodoro technique, what you basically do is, let's say it's 30 minutes. So you say, okay, I'm going to read my Japanese graded reader for 30 minutes. And in those 30 minutes, I'm doing nothing else. I'm not gonna have my phone anywhere near me. I'm gonna have everything on silent. That is my focus 30 minutes where I'm gonna study my Japanese reader, and that's all I'm gonna do. Now, if you have more time, then what you can do is then sort of say, so once this kind of goes down and it reaches 0, then you can say okay, cool, 5-minute break. In these 5 minutes, I'm going to take a breather, check my phone, go outside, whatever you want to do. And then once that is over, I'm going to do 20 more minutes where I'm going to review what I just learned in my previous session with this Japanese graded reader. And that's really it. It's an extremely simple activity. It's really just about sort of two things. The first thing is helping you to have really focused time where you sort of time box an activity and you guarantee yourself that during that time, this is all I'm doing. And I think having that timer, especially something like this, where it's visual and easy to see, it gives me a sense of security. And I don't really have that urge to check my phone because I know that cool, look, this is gonna be over soon. And then if I have something I'm, curious about, I've been waiting for an email. I know that when this is over, I can go check it, everything's gonna be fine. I find that if I just sit down for like an indefinite period of time and I just say, cool, I'm gonna study for a while, then that's when I tend to get a lot more distracted. I find myself bouncing between different activities. Sometimes I sit down to study French and then I find myself doing something completely unrelated. But the second thing about this technique is that it gives you more structure to the activity. So like I said, it's really nice to say like, hey, I want to read this Japanese graded reader, but I also want to make sure that I structure that so that I'm also sort of digesting the things that I learn. I discuss this a lot in all my videos about consolidation. I'll probably do a lot more on that soon. But so being able to say, cool, every day I have 1 hour for Japanese. So I'm going to spend 30 minutes doing the first session of reading. Then I'm going to have a 10-minute break where I stretch my legs, catch my breath, check my phone, de-stress a little bit. And then finally, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes where I'm gonna just basically review everything I learned. And it's just a really nice way to know that with just 1 hour, I will get everything done that I want. So yeah, please let me know if any of you have used this technique before. Have you heard of it? Is it new? Do you find the name a little bit ridiculous? And yeah, please let me know if you like these kind of videos. Again, I kind of like the idea of doing these every now and again, just sort of showing a single little technique or thing that I do that helps me. And also feel free, if you have stuff that you do and you want to see me try it and give my thoughts on it, then feel free to comment and let me know different things that you think I should try. Okay, that's it for today. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I'm going to check my list because I have so many cool things. So I'll see you there.